What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. It's hard to believe that in a couple of months it will be 60 years since President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, age 46, was assassinated in Dallas, Texas, back on November 22nd, 1963. A majority of the parties who were present at that time are now gone. But there are still a few people who survive. One of them is a Secret Service agent by the name of Paul Landis, who for a very long time supported the official position of the United States government on the assassination, which they conclude that it was a single gunman named Lee Harvey Oswald who pulled the trigger that ended the life of the 35th president. However, he has now come to the conclusion that he is beginning to question the government's official position and starting to wonder if there indeed was a conspiracy to take out the 35th president of the United States. Paul Landis, I'll put a link to his article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Paul Landis, a former Secret Service agent who was standing on a running board just feet away from President Kennedy when he was shot, has called into question the Warren Commission's single bullet theory in an interview with the New York Times. Landis, who is now 88, has a different position on this from prior positions that he has echoed when he was unequivocally of the opinion that it was only Lee Harvey Oswald who had committed this crime. According to the Times' Peter Baker, the new account from Landis could, quote, encourage those who have long suspected that there was more than one gunman in Dallas on November 22nd, 1963, adding new grist to one of the nation's enduring mysteries. The Warren Commission back then, in 1964 I believe it was, determined that one of the bullets that struck Kennedy from behind exited through his throat. That bullet then continued forward, striking then Texas Governor John Connally in the back, thigh, chest, and wrist. Investigators came to that conclusion partly because the bullet was found on a stretcher believed to have held Mr. Connally at Parkland Memorial Hospital. Landis says he found the bullet stuck in the limousine seat behind where Kennedy was sitting after the president's motorcade arrived at the hospital. In an effort to thwart anyone wanting a souvenir, Landis said he picked the bullet up and put it next to Kennedy on a stretcher. I was just afraid that it was a piece of evidence that I realized right away, very important. And I didn't want it to disappear or get lost, so it was, Paul, you've got to make a decision. And I grabbed it, Landis told the Times. Landis said he thinks the bullet didn't penetrate Kennedy's back deeply and fell out before he left the vehicle. Last year, under the direction of the Biden administration, the National Archive released over 16,000 documents related to Kennedy's assassination. Over 70% of Americans wanted the documents released, according to a poll conducted in 2022. Landis told the Times that he always believed that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in fatally shooting Kennedy, but now, at this point, I'm beginning to doubt myself. Now I begin to wonder. Landis has a book coming out October the 10th, The Final Witness, a Secret Service agent, a Kennedy Secret Service agent breaks his silence after 60 years. Now, I don't know about you guys, and I just want to say this. This is just my personal opinion. I've always been of the belief that there was likely a conspiracy on that day. I think it was a conspiracy to take the life of President Kennedy. My personal opinion is that it involved various entities. I think it involved the military-industrial complex. I think it involved rogue members of the United States government. I think it involved Texas Oil. I think on some lower level it involved the mafia. And I think that there were some individuals, even within the Secret Service agency and in his White House. I'm not going to say any names. All you got to do is look to see who benefited the most from his elimination. That's how I feel about it. That's what I think. Like I said, it's just my opinion. You don't have to share the same opinion, but that's what I think happened on that day. I think it was very, very likely there were gunmen on the grassy knoll. I think that's where the kill shot came from. I think either Oswald was a shooter that was unsuccessful, or he was a patsy that was being set up from the get-go. In the same way that I think James Earl Ray, 5 years later, was a patsy set up to take the fall for the shooting and killing of Dr. King. That's my theory, at least. But, that's just what I think. Tell me what you guys think.